What's up guys, Jeremy back again with another exploration. So today we're in Eastern France and we're about to explore this amazing chateau that was built during the 18th century. So a little bit about it, it was once owned by actual knights for the King of France, and it was passed down generations and generations of this military family. At any rate, I think we should just go on ahead and get into the video and let's see what we can find inside of this chateau. In the distant echoes of history, a tale begins in the heartland of France. This is the story as we know it, a record of its past and its uncertain future. This elegant chateau was built by a French nobleman sometime in the 1700s. Today, it stands as a decaying monument to his family's legacy, silently watching over a remote village of just under 100 people. With roots that ran deep in French aristocracy, the bloodline of this family traces back to a dynasty of noble knights who pledged their allegiance to the royal house of France. Over several generations, the noble family consisted of accomplished military leaders, mayors, and devoted squires. One member of the family was even the secretary during the reign of King Louis XVI, standing at the forefront of political affairs. Their reach spanned all across France, owning many estates and farmland throughout the countryside. Yet this chateau was the only one they called home. It was here, beneath its weathered roof, that their stories unfolded and made way for many generations to come. But how long did the reign of this powerful family last? What was their daily life like? And why is this historic place left abandoned? So now, let's begin our exploration as we walk through its forgotten halls to dive into its legacy and explore the beauty in its decay. Alright guys, so we've made it inside. Already, you can see this place is very old and very solidly built. Look at this cobblestone structure here. So we're on the lowest level of this building, I believe. And already it looks amazing inside here. Look at this beautiful stairway. Imagine at one point there was a big chandelier that hung above this staircase here. And I guess we'll go this way to start out. Look at this dome-shaped room here. And of course we got a big pool table right here in the middle. This is definitely a man cave if I've ever seen one before. It appears as though this particular room was a sanctuary where the men could come together to unwind and have some entertainment. I can imagine them gathered around the pool table, sipping fine wine and maybe having conversations of politics or philosophy. What other rooms will we find? And what will they say about the people who once lived here? It looks like a little sink area with a water faucet and a very old vessel to hold water, perhaps, maybe for cleaning your hands. And wow, look at this, guys. A huge wine cellar. The thousands of empty bottles in this wine cellar represent far more meaning than a family with a drinking problem. But rather, these bottles tell a story of a family deeply connected to the art of winemaking. And it's likely the family cultivated their vineyards on the property to create their own signature wines. And the sheer volume of bottles on the original racks suggests that winemaking was not nearly a pastime for them, but a cherished tradition passed down through the generations. It looks like most of these bottles are empty, but it's still amazing. And what is this? Is this like some kind of, I'm not sure what, it's mold. growing on this wine bottle. Look at this. That's crazy. Some type of mold or mildew, and it's all growing on this as well. That is wild. Yeah, I definitely don't want to spend too much time in this room. And I definitely don't want to touch anything anymore either. And look at this big fireplace here. I imagine this fireplace was made to cook things. It just looks like not very much of a ornate fireplace. It looks more like a utilitarian style fireplace. A little storage space under the stairs here. Lots of storage in this place for sure. And just look how well built this place is. I mean, it is rock solid, no pun intended. So it looks like a boiler room. Definitely wasn't originally a boiler room. So I'm keeping an eye out for bats because they love hanging out in places like this. These very dark, cold, damp parts of the buildings. And again, we have probably hundreds, if not at least 1,000 wine bottles here. And they all seem to be empty in this room. This is wild. Bunch more over here in this corner. Again, I don't want to hang out in these rooms too much because there's so much black mold. Maybe particles in the air that I definitely don't want to be breathing in. All right, we'll go up our first flight of stairs. Looks like this takes us up to the second floor, but I think we should come out that way and begin this way. It's looking very royal in here now. Now we're starting to see some fancy doors and a bedroom, our first bedroom. Or maybe this was I think this was a bedroom because of this bathroom here. And in a lot of these old buildings, these bathrooms were hidden. You can basically shut this door and hide the bathroom and pull this little toilet out. It's a very small, humble room. It's a very large room. Oh, and we found a ghost. And he has a camera that's really weird.
How can you see me? I'm blend in.
Oh my God, and he's not even like going through the wall. Like what? Guys, we just saw our first ghost, and look, I turned the camera back around and he's gone. And up here, up top, there used to be a chandelier. Over here, a pink marble fireplace. I've never seen pink marble before. And look how this was all hand carved. That's beautiful. I can only imagine what kind of piece used to go right here above the fireplace. This room is pretty amazing. And I'd say the ceilings in this room are probably a solid, maybe 15, 16 feet high. So this is a big room. And to go along with the pink theme, we have beautiful pink floral curtains in this room. This is beautiful, guys. And there goes the ghost. I think he's more afraid of me than I am of him. It's like a turquoise, like almost like a psychedelic looking fireplace. Guys, I've seen more wild colors of marble in this country than I've ever seen anywhere else in my life. It's a very simple room. I'm not really sure what this would be used for, and the floor is tile. I feel like this is more of a utilitarian room. Maybe this was a kitchen at one point, but that wouldn't make any sense because there's not a fireplace. Unless there was one here at one point, which I doubt. And look at this. The ceiling is completely collapsed in right here. That's never a good thing. So I'm gonna definitely have to watch where I step when I'm exploring this place so we don't fall through the floor. And look at this, it looks like a hidden door in the wall that matches the wall perfectly. But let's go around this way. Of course, a black marble fireplace. It's a very common theme to see a black marble fireplace in old chateaus here in France. There's like a little hidden bathroom here. You just shut the door, stow it away. Wonder what's in here, maybe a bookshelf? Just a closet. All right. Oh, look at this staircase. This is incredible. The beautiful craftsmanship of the wooden carved stairway hints that it could be the path to the bedrooms of the family. But before we find out, there's another room that just caught my eye. We'll definitely go up there here in a minute, but first I want to see what looks like a kitchen over here. So here we are on the other side of where the ceiling is falling in. Look at this kitchen here. I love the yellow color in here. It's very like classic kitchen color in here. And I wonder what this is above. Look at this. It looks like almost a bed frame. If any of you guys know what this is, let me know in the comments below. Very interesting. The cabinet is completely full of glassware still. I feel like the further we go along into this exploration, I think we're gonna see more and more stuff. And I love these little details on the tile here of the little birds. It's really cool. And a little food scale. Dishes still in the dishwasher. And we got a little spider here hanging out on the door. And I love how nature always finds its way inside. At least somebody's making this their home. This closet full of cleaning supplies still. There's already like parts of this place that look like a time capsule. Like no one ever even left. And other places that are very obviously dilapidated. But that's a common pattern in almost all abandoned places. And look at this, a cabinet full of jars and glassware for storage. Basically, this chateau is completely surrounded by farmland, and I imagine they grew their own berries, grew their own vegetables, pickled their own food, and stored it all here in these jars. One thing I really admire about a lot of these small towns out here in France is that the people still live completely off the land. Nothing's changed in that regard for hundreds and thousands of years. A lot more jars for storing food. And this looks like probably servant stairway, I imagine. It's not fancy at all. It's very utilitarian. Let's see what's up here in this corner of this chateau. Right here at the top of the stairs, we have hundreds of magazines, probably from this one's dated 1983. This one's 1980. So I imagine the bulk of these magazines were from the 80s, maybe late 70s. And it looks like another bedroom in here. And look at these beams here. Look how thick they are. Look how old they are. And just to think that these beams are local trees. All the materials that they used to build this place were all sourced locally. I loved looking at how these places were designed and built. Anyway, there's a ton of mattresses up here. Also, I want to point out, look at the floors. They're not very fancy floors, so I wonder if perhaps maybe up here was the servants' quarters. They didn't really spend much attention to detail and make it too fancy here. Even this wardrobe here, even though it's nice, it's just very utilitarian. Oh, look at this, clothes are all still in the closet. Oh, is this what I think it is? I don't even know what you would call them. Look how they have the strings at the bottom. If any of you guys know what style pants these are, let me know in the comments below. These are very old, like horse riding pants, I want to say. And look how the butt is reinforced. I believe these were made to ride a horse. Very cool. It's almost like a corduroy material too. So they're really well made, very rugged, probably very warm. Yeah, this is a cool room. And look here, I've seen this a lot in these old castles. Look how the floor here, I don't know if you guys can notice how even this very solid built floor is all warped and wavy. That's over years and years, hundreds of years of this building settling and the floor becoming like that. So yeah, I imagine right here was also another bedroom, perhaps for servants. I imagine at various times this place had a handful of servants, and the two rooms in this corner of the home were more than likely designated for the cooks and kitchen staff, seeing they are virtually placed right above the kitchen. After all, why overcrowd the grand estate with bustling servants when you can conveniently tuck them away close to their duties? And look, here's some remnants of the old chairs that used to be in this place. Very fancy furniture for sure. Makes me wonder if maybe perhaps this hung over a mantle of a fireplace, or maybe was part of a wardrobe. All right, let's keep moving along further into this chateau. Now, back to the grand staircase that may lead us to the living quarters of the family. I imagine up here is perhaps the master bedroom, or multiple bedrooms to this place rather. So the stairs feel very solidly built. It's very satisfying. I like the sound. Yeah, it looks like we're getting close to the master bedrooms. You can just tell from the bathrooms how they're much bigger, definitely more accommodating, way more comfortable to be in, and more ornate. Have another toilet across the hall here with this really pretty wallpaper. And look how this floor is still very utilitarian looking. Perhaps this wasn't the master bedroom. I'm not really sure. And look how thin this wall is to this bedroom. Large but humble, this room is likely the first of many that was used by a member of the family. I love this wallpaper. It's a very basic room, definitely much larger. And I imagine behind this door was their own little bathroom. Oh, look at this blood red bathroom. Wow, what a bold color. And a small tub, look at this. Look how these tubs are designed. You basically sit down in them right here and you just clean yourself with that wand. And look, their hairbrush is still in the bowl. Very interesting. I love the color of this bathroom. And it matches the red accents in this wallpaper. Again, I know I keep saying it in my videos, but a lot of these chateaus have very subtle attention to detail. So many magazines in this place, guys. I'm seeing tons of magazines. So going down this hallway here. I doubt this was the upstairs where the owners lived. Even though the rooms are quite large, I just don't feel like it's fancy enough for the owners to live here. And like, this is actually wallpaper, but it's just, there's no pattern on it. It's just a solid color. I don't really see that too often, especially in a place like this where everything kind of has a pattern. Got a bathroom here. Every room has plenty of storage. Ha, and look at this. These goggles for swimming. Oh guys, and check out this wallpaper. I love this pattern. This is so neat. It looks like perhaps maybe 1950s, maybe 1940s wallpaper. Got a wardrobe here. Again, plenty of shelving, plenty of storage. Very beautiful, hand-carved wardrobe. Perhaps this is a walnut wardrobe. And look at this small day bed. Or perhaps this was a bed for a small child. Or maybe a couch. I'm not sure what this was. Again, if any of you guys know what this is, let me know in the comments below. It's really neat looking. Yeah, we're definitely coming across some furniture now. Got this shelf here with a marble, white marble top on it. For some reason, I feel like this was the bedroom of a teenager. And look what they did here at the bottom. They basically made a collage of, looks like their favorite records. You got Thin Lizzy, The Rattles. This is really cool. Yeah, guys, I feel like this was definitely the room of a teenager. And look at this. This is right here is where you'd put your records. And your record player would go on top. So I feel like whoever lived in this room loved music. And look, there's a poster here on the back. It's a Vogue poster. I feel like there was definitely a teenager that lived in this room, and I bet it was a teenage girl. Oh, and look at this bathroom. Look at this blue tile. Wow. And a tub here. Again, another tub that you sit down in and use a wand to clean yourself. I love this bathroom. This is so neat. Definitely my favorite bathroom so far. We got big banks out here.
Yeah, man. They should call this place like Chateau Desk Books or something. There's so many books in this place.
I know, I've seen a ton of books in this place. A ton of books and a ton of magazines.
Yeah, they come up with like weird names here in France for places. This one should be like Chateau Library.
Exactly. And I think it's really cool to see how this place was built, and like you can really see the framework of this one.
It's not vandalized either. Like,
and it's completely clean and not vandalized. That's a good point. Looking more books in this shelf. Just tons of books. And I feel like to your left right there was definitely a teenage girl's room.
This room?
Yeah,
Okay.
for sure.
Oh yeah, the funky wallpaper.
Yeah, it's got funky wallpaper. Oh, look at this wallpaper. It looks very similar to the first room we saw on this floor with the red accents in it. I love these little scenes on these wallpapers. Horse and carriages, and just to think that this wallpaper is probably as old as the era that they used to use horse and carriages. This room is pretty amazing. There's a big rug on the floor here. A bed here in the corner. And look at this, even though it's a simple bed, I love these small details. A lot of these chateaus have these furniture pieces that you won't find anywhere else in the entire world. And look, the same flowers that's on that bed over there have been painted right here on this pink tile and on the mirror. So yeah, I feel like this was perhaps a small girl's room at one point. And the bed is tiny, look at this, just as well as this one. Very small beds in here. Another wardrobe here, extra blankets, comforters. Let's see what's in here. Oh, we got a fireplace in here. It's not marble, I think it's just a concrete fireplace. And look at this. There's a notebook in here, and I don't know what any of it says, but it looks like it could very well be a diary of some sort. Yeah, guys, this looks like a diary. And look at this. I bet someone in here was a relative of who lived in this home. This looks like it was probably during the World War I, judging by their uniforms. We got fancy red velvet curtains. So I'm starting to think that this was where the family lived. Even though these bedrooms look very basic, back in the day, this used to be a very fancy chateau. And over the years and over generations of the chateau being passed down from family to family, they gradually began to run out of money. And the upkeep, as you can imagine, on these places is very expensive. And again, of course, there's another bathroom here. There's basically a bathroom in every room. And look out here, this view. Back in the day, these doors would swing open and you can look out here into the courtyard. And off in the distance, you can see the mountains back there. And basically an entire view of your farmland. Going down the stairs here. It looks like this is like an attic area. But again, like I mentioned earlier, bats love to hang out in places like this. So I'm gonna be very cautious coming in here, but I definitely wanna check out what kind of storage they have in here. And just like the true explorer fashion, we're going into the places we don't even wanna go, because we could very well miss something really cool. I'm moving slowly in here. This is very cool though. I mean, it's a lot of very old stuff in here. I wonder what this is. It looks like perhaps, what is this actually? I thought it had something to do with music, but of course my mind would go to that. I'm not sure what this is. If any of you guys know what this is, let me know in the comments below. A very old chest. Definitely very old china up here as well. Whoa, look at this massive mirror over here. Let me see if I can get around here. I bet you this mirror at one point hung above one of the fireplace mantles, perhaps one of the main rooms. See, even in the attics of these places, even though on first glance they look not interesting, it maybe looks like a bunch of junks up here, this mirror is really nice. Very high quality mirror, and no telling how old this thing is. All right, let's journey on into the rest of this chateau. So it definitely looks like a back entrance to something here. Down this spiral wooden staircase. Very utility style staircase. And look at this bathroom just randomly along the way down. Very cool. Oh, and tucked away again is more magazines. We've seen so many magazines on this exploration. Ooh, we got some cool looking wallpaper in this bathroom here. So I say this in every one of my videos, but I am a sucker for a solid wallpaper. And this room does not disappoint. Okay. Where are we now? So many more books. Big Banks wasn't kidding. There's so many books in here. And look, another black marble fireplace. I love the wood detail here. The very old wood detail on this fireplace. There's a mirror here, but above it, I imagine used to be a painting of some sort. I feel like we're now in the study of the owner. Perhaps we're getting closer to the master bedroom. I feel like we're definitely in his personal library. And it makes me wonder what all these books are about. Perhaps military books, history books. And look at this. Wouldn't you know it? History books. Looking through the collection of books in the library, there's a theme among the literature that stuck out to me. They were all written about history, honor, and of chivalry. This alone carries a strong implication about who they could have been. Perhaps they had a profound connection to the past and an understanding of the lessons it holds. And perhaps they studied integrity and nobility to keep those principles at the forefront of their family's identity. Where are we now? Wow, look at this. An entire hallway, a little nook full of more books. I love this simple little chandelier up top. Ooh, look at this door. Very cool. It's going in further into the house. There's another little bedroom here, tucked away with this beautiful red wallpaper. I love the texture of it. It's a hidden door. You wouldn't even know it when you walk into the room. Look how well hidden this thing is. I found this a lot in old abandoned chateaus. So many hidden little nooks. And the only thing that indicates that there's a door there is this tiny keyhole that you have to look closely for, which I imagine there used to be something hanging here that hid this. And look, it's the same thing over here on this side. Very neat. Very neat. So finding a hidden door like this makes me wonder what all we've walked past in this place that we haven't even noticed. Also, what have we walked past in the other chateaus that we've explored in my other videos? Again, another black marble fireplace. It's a very simple, but kind of a fancy marble fireplace. And what are these books? We have a crucifix. Of course, it's very religious out here. Everyone is very religious. We're mostly Roman Catholic out here. And look at this. Another bathroom in this small room. Behind this hidden door, even the baseboard matches the wall. Very neat. Even though this one's fairly hidden, these right here are very hidden. You have to be really looking for those doors to find them in that room. Let's see what's in here. Okay, here we go. Here's the diagonal wood floors. That's very indicative of this era. Again, so many more books. And this perhaps was maybe a reading room. No, look at this. This was a bedroom. Look how the bed went into this nook. These floors are amazing. And look how it's alternated, a darker wood from a lighter wood. It's really cool looking. And I love how there's a bookshelf back here alongside this bed. So whoever lived in this room, without doubt, loved to read. This is incredible. And again, I've seen so many pink rooms in chateaux since I've been here in France. It's a very common thing. And I love the color. And again, this isn't quite a black marble fireplace. This is like a light gray. Very cool looking. And again, we have hidden doors. There was more books in this, on these shelves. They would hang their coats up here, perhaps. Or maybe there were shoes sitting on these shelves. Okay, this over here was definitely a bookshelf. Very cool. And look at this bathroom. Look how clean it is.
With the deep blue bathroom contrasting the light pink bedroom, we may have finally found the master chamber of this grand chateau, reflecting the refined tastes and elevated status of the family.
I love this bathroom. This bathroom looks so clean. Of course, another small tub. So I imagine they would sit there on the side of the tub and use this wand to clean themselves. And the ceiling is actually surprisingly high in this bathroom. This is incredible. I love the glossiness. And of course they would paint it a high gloss paint because it makes it easier to clean the walls, and also it's less prone to mildew, which I imagine is a major issue in chateaus like this. It's
very neat. We got Mr. Banks here.
What up?
Whoa, look at this. So another bedroom here for sure. I imagine at one point there was a pretty large bed that was sitting right here. And unlike the other room, this one doesn't have a bookshelf going across it. And look, I love how the tile in this bathroom is very similar to the wallpaper in the bedroom. It's almost like a Greek style design, I feel like. I could be wrong about that. Really neat looking. A small toilet here. And again, high ceilings. And this bathroom. Oh, an exhaust vent. Oh, and I didn't even notice this. Another hidden nook over here. Also full of books. Okay, here we go. Here's a black marble fireplace. It's amazing. And all these books here. Look at this art. This is incredible. And look, these are slaves. Wow. And they have their shackles in their hands. I love the books you find in these old places and the artwork that's inside. Like, this is amazing. Incredible. And look at this. Of course, the curtains are an exact match to the wallpaper. All right, so looks like we have wound up back where we started. All right, guys, so this has been a very fun explore inside. I think it's now time for us to go outside and see what it looks like out there. All right, now we're going outside. Let's check out the exterior of this place. So out here, you can see the horse stables. Nothing too interesting about those, so we're not really gonna waste our time on those. But this right here is the exterior. Look at this roof, all the moss growing on the top. Really cool. And back in the day, these used to be fountains, I believe. Very fancy. And just imagine the horse and carriages would come up this driveway here and you'd be greeted by these fountains.
Even the yard of the chateau feels mystical in a sense. In this fleeting moment, I feel as though this place is transporting us back in time, as if immersed in a forgotten era or into a scene of a cinematic masterpiece. Such an extraordinary place.
So let's go check out the courtyard and see what that looks like. Love the vines growing on the building like this. Looks very cool. Okay, now we're entering the courtyard in between the wall and the building. You see where the roof is caved in right there? That's the spot where we walked down the hallway and we saw the building coming in on itself. And I imagine right here was the area where they would park the carriage. Very cool. Every place that we've been to, I just keep pinching myself. I cannot believe this is real. So many stories came out of these places, so full of history. And here I am exploring it with you guys. And such an honor to be able to step foot on places like this and document them.
All right, I got a special announcement, but first I'm gonna get off this bike and tell you guys all about it.
I cannot believe it's already been a year since my last trip to France. So much has changed since then, and I feel like it's only the beginning for this channel. That being said, I'm super excited to show you guys what all I've been up to lately and all the things that I have planned. I'm also going to be releasing members-only content, answering many of the questions that I get asked on a daily, like how do I find these abandoned locations? What's the craziest experience I've ever had? So if that piques your interest, sign up for a membership to have access to all that and exclusive abandoned explorations. At any rate, I can't thank you enough for joining me on all my explorations, and I'm so stoked to take you on many more. So until then, keep exploring, and as always, stay off the beaten path.